Hello everyone, welcome back once again to Hand and Killer7. Are you ready to look at some untranslated miscellaneous pages from this book? Well, you better be ready because it's about to happen. I mean, it's not the most exciting part of the LP, I know, but we want to look at all the pages in the book. We want to make sure that we've seen everything, even if we don't understand everything. And hey, if you can read Japanese, then you'll get a bit more out of this than the rest of us. But at least there are some images to look at, such as the dust cover that we're looking at right here. That's been at the beginning of each of these videos that I've looked at Hand and Killer7. But if we were to open up the book and take the dust cover off, we would find this. It's the real cover of the book. Behind the chaos of the dust cover is a much simpler, much humbler white and orange cover that exhorts us once again to kill the past and jump over the age. We move further on. We get to this. It's like a big orange X. Big Orange X is Hand and Killer7. I can read that. I cannot read, however, the Japanese text that's on this. You would have to read that yourself. You'd have to find out what is the meaning. Just like we try to find out what is the meaning to Killer7 itself, if we don't understand Japanese, then we have to figure out what is the meaning of Hand and Killer7. Table of contents shows us the characters section, tells us what we're going to be encountering in these chapters, talks about Jack Foley's reports, talks about Jaco Checkbox's reports, which is still something that we need to talk about, but that'll be later. It mentions File of Heaven's Smile on page 50, and then past that, a lot of entries that mostly are in Japanese. At the bottom, it says Interview with Suda 51, page 90. There's an interviews with a number of people in this book, though the last one is with Suda. That's how the whole thing wraps up. On the right side is our good friend Iwazaru, telling us something. I don't know what he's telling us. I'm sure it's useful advice, as it always is, coming from Iwazaru. Now, most of the pages after this we have seen, so we are going to go directly to page 50, File of Heaven's Smile. The File of Heaven's Smile, well, as you can see, it just lists all of the Heaven Smiles in the game, shows us their images, shows us their names, and has a little bit of a description for each. Unfortunately, those are in Japanese. I cannot read the descriptions. I can only hope that, the descriptions that Iwasaru gave to us when we talked to him in Harmon's Rune, I can only hope that they're somewhat similar. Or maybe these give completely new information themselves. I don't know. It's hard to say what's important in Hand and Killer7. Maybe all the information that we're seeing here, maybe this is all things that we already know, that we already were told in the game. Or maybe there's something here that's completely different. I don't know. But going from the upper left down to the lower right, it tells us about the Heaven Smile, the Camellia Smile, the Micro Smile with its giant hand wings, the Egg Smile. I didn't know the Egg Smile had an official name. I thought it was just an egg that would hatch a Heaven Smile, but apparently the Egg Smile is its own smile unto itself. The Duplicator Smile, all 6 different duplicators that we encounter in the game. The Spiral Smile, the easiest smile in the game. There's another smile. There's Bombhead Smile, Diver Smile, Roller Smile, Mother Smile, Poison Smile, Phantom Smile, Omega Smile, Backside Smile, Speed Smile, Giant Smile, and Timer Smile. Once again, don't know what descriptions they may be giving for each of these enemies, but we know them so well. We don't even need a description of them. We know all about them. We can move on to the next page, which has the remaining Heaven Smiles, the Protector Smile, the Protector Z, the Protector ZZ, the Running Smile, my favorite friend, the Broken Smile, the Laser Smile, the Galactic Tomahawk Smile, which does have the best name of any of the smiles, the Black Heaven Smile, which is the smile that kills us all, the Mithril Smile, the Flower Smile, and I didn't know it was called that. That's the Corn Pop Smile. I didn't know what it was supposed to explode into was flowers, but I guess that's what it is. And the Ceramic Smile. We've already met all of them, but something that I'm very curious about is, what is this on the right-hand side, on the right page? It's Heaven Smile fortune telling. This is one instance where I really wish that I could read Japanese, because I want to know what my Heaven Smile fortune is. I want to know, does this tell us how we resemble Heaven Smiles? What wisdom can we learn from Heaven Smiles that we can apply to our own lives through Heaven Smile fortune telling? I'm just gonna, well, first on the right hand side, you can see there's like a column of dates. I assume you're supposed to just look at your birth date, and then from there it tells you which Heaven Smile you look at to get your fortune. And I guess let's zoom in on this. Let's get up here. So we have 6 to look at right here. We have the backside smile, and each smile is rated. Work, love, and health ratings. The backside smile only has 2 skull and crossbones for work and love, and a measly 1 for health. Backside smile not doing so well, especially compared to the laser smile right next to it. Laser smile, only 1 skull and crossbones in work, but a whopping 3 in love and health. But that does not compare to the normal Heaven Smile right to his right, who is 3 skull and crossbones in each category. Perfect scores for the normal Heaven Smile. I guess the normal Heaven Smile is just the happiest at its lot in life. Again, I don't know what any of this means. I don't know what I'm supposed to get from this. I do like I guess that the work, love, health things are supposed to be talking about your own fortune. I like the idea, however, that they are supposed to apply to the Heaven Smiles themselves, like the Galactic Tomahawk smile in the lower left. It has a bad time. It only has 1 skull and crossbones in work, only 1 in love. At least it's healthy. It's got its health, there's that much. But it really doesn't like what it does for a living. It needs a career change. It needs to go on some dates, maybe. I don't know. How would the Galactic Tomahawk smile go on a date? It's kind of stationary. It's kind of stuck in one place in the library. It can't move from there. I guess that's why its love life is not so good. It's not happening for the Galactic Tomahawk smile. The roller smile is exactly the opposite. The roller smile, extremely happy at work. It loves what it does. It loves that it rolls around and blows up, and who can blame it? For love, however, it's doing okay. Not great, but, okay. It's still looking for the right person. And health? Unfortunately, the roller smile does not have a great prognosis. The roller smile likes to live on the edge. Who knows how much time the roller smile has left. Camellia smile in the lower right is doing okay. I mean, considering that it runs away and screams when it sees us, I'm surprised that it's so happy with its life, but it seems to be doing okay. No complaints, I guess. Go down here. We get to the spiral smile in the upper left. Oh, spiral smile is miserable. Work and health are both 1. Love is only 2. Spiral smile does not have a whole lot going on for it, but I knew that just from playing the game. What's a spiral smile gonna do? It can barely move. It rolls around really slowly. It's bad at its job. It's gonna die really fast because it's bad at its job. I can't be surprised at how miserable the spiral smile is. To its right is the timer smile. Timer smile seems to be average in all respects. 2 skull and crossbones in work, love, and health. Well, timer smile, it's eager to get what it wants. Maybe it's too eager. Maybe timer smile has to learn to calm down and not scare people away. It seems calm at first. It seems like you can reason with timer smile. Then you shoot off all of its weak points except 1, and it just comes running right at you. You can't be too eager, timer smile. People are not going to trust you. They're going to be suspicious. Timer smile does need to work on its expertise in love, I guess. Next to it is the micro smile. Micro smile's having a pretty good time. It could do better in terms of its job, but it's not really unhappy about it. Love and health could not be doing better. Could not be doing better. I don't know how a micro smile is finding love. It seems rather small. Who was it going out with? Maybe other micro smiles, I don't know. It seems like it would be hard for it to actually get any attention, considering how tiny it is and it's hard to see. Like, you don't really see it until you run right into it, then it blows up. In the lower left is, I believe that's a protector smile. No, it's not very happy now, is it? Work is 2 skull and crossbones. Love and health is only 1 each. I guess the protector smile, it wears so much armor that it keeps people out. Keeps people out of its heart. All Protector Smile wants is to let people know what the real Protector Smile is like underneath all that armor. It just can't do it. Feels like he needs to wear it to protect himself, protect his emotions from the outside. He's also very unhealthy. He needs to eat better and, exercise a little bit more, I think. Giant Smile. Giant Smile is full of love. And that's about it. Giant Smile does not like its job. It is also very unhealthy. But it is a hug machine. It's just going to fall all over you when it sees you with love. Giant Smile does not live for long, but it lives passionately. Lastly, the Bombhead Smile. It loves its job. It loves you. Not very healthy, though, and that's understandable. If you jostle its bomb, it explodes. Does not have a long lifespan, unfortunately, which is a shame because it's so happy in all other respects. But I guess that's Heaven Smile fortune telling? Just what's your date of birth? Associate yourself with the proper Heaven Smile, and you can get rated for work, love, and health, and I guess get a fortune there in Japanese. I can't read them. Maybe you can. I like these drawings of the Heaven Smiles, though. These would make very nice avatars, I think. I especially like the laser smile. It's like standing there strapped into its gurney with, things in its eyes. But it still loves you. It still loves you. Let's move on. Here's just a little artistry, a little rendering of the elevator, I will say, in the Union Hotel. It's not quite the Union Hotel. The Union Hotel is more floors. This only goes up to 5. Does have a basement, but of course the Union Hotel has more floors than this. It has 7 and then has a roof. So it's not exactly the same elevator, but the Union Hotel is the only place in the game that we see an elevator. It says, do not attempt to leave elevator. Push the button on the emergency phone. Wait for trained assistance. This procedure is for your safety. I'm sure it is. At the bottom it tells us that the elevator was manufactured by ISZK Texas. ISZK making products and goods, electronics the world over. Apparently they have a Texas branch. I wonder if it has anything to do with First Life. Maybe they merged together. Next up is a piece of artwork of Kaede Smith. And this is the kind of thing that I wish there was more of in Hand and Killer7. Not just text telling us things that maybe we already know about the game, but it would be nice if there were more pieces like this. There aren't very many. Only a few. This one, Kaede has a bullseye, a dartboard on her blood spatters. As we know, that is where she was shot by Amir Parkriner. Sort of plants, stems, sort of falling around her. A bird flying off in the distance. Is it supposed to mean something? Probably not. It looks pretty, though. I think this is a very nice piece. Next up, we can take a look at the carrier pigeon messages that we got from Johnny Gagnon. We thought they were going to the wrong person all along, but no, they were going to the right person all along. Those carrier pigeons were finding Amir Parkriner. Well, it has been mentioned, I believe, that the names of all of the carrier pigeon messages, not the pigeons, but the messages themselves, are songs by the Smiths. I believe someone did mention that earlier on in the LP, and that is the case. These are the names of all of the messages, and of course all of the carrier pigeons themselves are named after Bond girls. Next up, another piece of artwork, this time of Curtis Blackburn. He looks very menacing, as you might expect he would. Here, Curtis Blackburn is wearing his black suit from the prototype. I have to figure that the change of Curtis's design to wearing that white suit with purple trim, that must have happened fairly late in development, because a lot of the things that we see of Curtis has him wearing his black suit. The prototype comic did, this piece of artwork did. When we look at his photo in the game itself, he is wearing the black suit, so I guess that character design change happened later on in development. I wonder why they changed that. That's a really weird-looking suit he wears in the game. I mean, it's memorable. I wonder why they would even come up with that particular outfit, though, instead of the more traditional black suit that an assassin might wears here, as we see. We also see a long, fanged skull lurking behind Curtis. Appropriate, as where Curtis goes, death follows. Next is just like a piece of like graffiti based on Killer7. I really like the way this looks. I really like the color scheme of it. Like the white background with the dark purple Killer7 and the butterfly, and then you have like gold trim around it. It's not a drawing of anything in particular. It's just, you know, some graphic art. But I really like this. This is probably my favorite piece in hand in Killer7. And just because I think I also really like what the Killer7 logo looks like. I think that looks really nice. I mean, you might have noticed during the videos of this LP, I would just kind of play around with the logo at the beginning of the video, you know, making it different colors, adding graphics to it or whatever, just because I really like the way the logo looks. And this particular piece, I think, really makes it stand out. This is a very nice piece of graphic design. Moving on. A couple of pages of a lot of text. This is like pretty much all the miscellaneous text in the game. What kind of text? Well, if you look in the upper left column, we have what I think is every t-shirt that Travis wears in the game, organized by level. So let's go through them all. Starting with the first level in the Celtic building, he wears t-shirts that says Funky, Bad Girl, Love, Dream, LA Nightlife, Sexual, Pillow Talk. And then, in Restaurant Fukushima, he wears Number 1, Carnival, Good Shape, Power Lunch, Good Luck, Broadband. Then in the Kaku building, he wears Magnum, Scorpion, Boomerang, Spiral, Rainbow. Then in Intercity, Texas, he wears Lariat, Hustle, Neck Hanging, Spinning Toe. Then in it would be ISZK land, he wears New Wave, Mad Chester, Digital Rock, Beat Rock, Gothic Metal. Then in the Blackburn residence, he wears Neo Acoustic, Rave, Social Worker, New Romantic, Summer 2002. Then in town, in the country of Dominican, he wears How to Go, World's End Supernova, Highway, Rock and Roll. In the Union Hotel, he only wears one shirt, New York. And then in Coburn Elementary School, he wears Bali, 656, Naples, Nairobi, Lockerbie, and Beirut. So there you go. All of the t-shirts that Travis Bell, not Trevor Pearl Harbor, but Travis Bell, all the shirts that he wears across the course of the game. You have text like all the things that it tells you when you get blood in the lower left, the bloodline, get that blood, you've got blood, where's the blood, got blood, yeah, but you need blood, bloody hell, all you need is blood. And just like a lot of miscellaneous text, in the second column, like you see the text that you see on the sub screen when like you're using blood or you're changing personae. You also get like text for solving puzzles, like a special kind of lock, bookshelf arrangement complete, things like that. In the third column, you get the names of the different drinks in the vending machine at the beginning of the Kaku building. We get the 2 addresses in Intercity on Terry Street that we have to examine. We get the names of the signs in front of the First Life building. Below that, we get the names of the robots that we see drawings of in the data room in Coburn Elementary School, the 4 robots are called the Mutoid, Pegasus Chimera, Armored Beast, Orger Beetle, Colorformers, Sakasama Omega, and Minor Division Gruntbots. That seems like a less glamorous name than everything else. We're the Gruntbots. No one wants to be us. Below that, it says the lines about smiles and laughter that it says at the end of each chapter. In the 4th column at the beginning, it says to identify yourself as Amir, please answer the questions. And most of those questions are the same as what we got in our game, except the 3rd question says, born state? Answer, Nevada. This was changed to Alabama in the Western version of the game. Also, near the bottom of those questions, it says, your people ID number? No data. I don't think that question was in the Western version at all. There is no question about a people ID number, whatever that even means. I'm pretty sure there was nothing, and that question was just removed from the Western version, and Social Security code was changed from elbow to eagle in the Western version. Below that is some very tiny text. Those are the orders that we get at the beginning of each mission. And most of that is pretty much the same of what we saw in our game, except there's one in particular that I want to look at. There it is. I'm looking at New Order number 35. Turmoil at the Kaku Building. International Information Exchange. Government Ward. Order. Erase Agent Jean de Paul from existence. That's a lot more intense than what we got in the Western version. The text says, get rid of the agent Jean de Paul. No, in this one it says, erase him from existence. It's a bit more hardcore than what we were getting. Let's see. We also got New Order number 37, Amusement Park, ISZK Land, Villainy. Order, assassinate Curtis Blackburn, assassin. I can see why that was changed. That really doesn't roll off the tongue very well. The one for New Order number 39, it says, the military standoff in the skyscraper Broadway, duel with the handsome men, the anonymous punishment squadron. So, in this one, it's not they're not referring to them as the Punishing Rangers. It's the Anonymous Punishment Squadron. Punishing Rangers does sound a little bit better. Most of this is pretty much the same thing, I think. Yeah. Over on the right page, we start off with a column that goes over all of the things that the Killer7 themselves say while they're in combat. At the top, you can see it says, this is too easy. So, like, this is all the things Dan says. And pretty much everything here we already know about. There was one thing that I thought was interesting. Let me zoom in on that again. I wanted to take a look. Yeah. These are Kaede's things that she says. One of them is, same pain, I'm a ghost, which apparently is what she says when she cuts her wrists and summons Mizaru. I never was able to work out what it was she was saying when she does that, because the sound of the special ability activating kind of drowns her out, but it seems like this is what she's saying. Same pain, I'm a ghost. I guess she's a ghost, but she still feels the pain that she felt when she was a living person, I guess is the idea. The rest of these, no real surprises here. So let's move on to the next page. It's an interview with someone, with that guy right there. I can't read any of it, so maybe this could shed some light on something about the game. Unfortunately, I cannot tell you about it. All I can tell you is that we're on page 69, except we're not anymore. Now we're on page 70 and 71. More things that I don't know what it's saying. Over on the right-hand side, we have like a graphic set up, like a piece of paper. We see some pieces of paper that say Suda51's name on it, that have a bird and some feathers on it. Again, don't know what it all means. But one thing that did pique my curiosity is in the lower right-hand corner, there is a dark piece of paper with some white text. Let's get a closer look at that. It mentions Siren and Siren 2. I'm kind of curious about what this says, because why would that be here? Maybe someone who, I don't know, someone who worked on Siren games. Maybe it's something to do with the production of Killer7. I don't know what this says. But this sort of got my attention as I was looking through Hand and Killer7, just seeing this little note on the side that happened to mention Siren and Siren 2. It's not much. It's only a little bit of text. But I don't know why it's here. Maybe someone out there does. Moving on. Pages 72 and 73. Again, nothing here that I could tell you about. Maybe you can understand it more than I can. 74 and 75? Well, 74 does have a little bit in English. In the lower right-hand corner of the left page, it does say, Clouds Man, Digital Frontier Inc., CG producer Yusaku Toyoshima, production manager Naomi Ikoma, a Unit 9 production. I'm guessing it's talking about in this page right here, it must be talking about the animated cutscenes from Cloudman, which are very nice. You know, I like that they had those unique cutscenes for Cloudman as well as Alter Ego. So I assume that this page must be talking with Ben Hibben about the production of those animated scenes. Pages 76 and 77. Again, I still don't know what these are about. I do notice on the left-hand side I can see the initials GC and PS2. I wonder if that has anything to do with talking about porting the game to the PS2. Originally, of course, the game was meant to be a GameCube exclusive. It was made specifically for the GameCube. I guess Capcom lost confidence in that, however, and before the game even came out, they ported it to the PS2. I have the PS2 version. It's playable, but it certainly isn't as good as the GameCube version. You can tell that it is a bit of a downgrade. You should go with the GameCube version if you are able to. There's also an interview with Grasshopper Manufacture. 4 guys right there from Grasshopper. And again, hey, not much that I can tell you about this. Just looking at the pictures of this man sitting in front of a door. They're nice pictures, but I really don't know anything about it. More on pages 82 and 83. Someone really likes bicycles. I don't know if all those bikes belong to him. Even if they don't, I'm going to guess he likes biking, because why else would they choose that backdrop? Pages 84 and 85. Just a man looking down in the subway. More interviews, more pictures. I mean, everything looks nice. Pictures are nice, everything's nicely composited. I just don't know what any of it says. Now we get to a page talking about the original soundtrack. So the soundtrack of the game was released on CD, 2 discs. You can see the list of tracks for disc 1 and disc 2. Killer7 I've mentioned before. I really like the soundtrack. It's one of my favorite video game soundtracks. The soundtrack done by Masafumi Takada and Jun Fukuda. So 2 people who worked on this soundtrack. Nothing else I could really say about it other than it's the soundtrack of the game is one of the highlights to me. I always think that a good game is always elevated by having a good soundtrack, and that is certainly the case with Killer7, as I like pretty much all of the tracks from this. Some of them I like more than others. Like, I really like Tex-Mex. I really like the track, thinking about what it's called, it's the one, okay, it's called Corridor, Disc 2, Track 13, Corridor. It's the one that when you're in the maze in the Dominican Republic, it's like a low, sort of menacing sound, and you hear the singer singing his song, guiding you through the town of Light and Shadow. I also like Ayame's theme, Sweet Blue Flag. I also like Julia's theme, Oh My Julia. Ray Vaughan, of course, very good. I believe the track that we're hearing right now is Santo Domingo, which of course is another track from the Dominican Republic level. So yeah, I do think it's an excellent soundtrack, and I think it really does elevate the game. On the right-hand side, the right page, we can see there's a high-res rendering of the TV from Harmon's room. I was considering, when I started the LP, trying to use this image for the report segments, where we hear LP Bot giving the Jayco's reports, reading them out. But this image is just too dark. On the bottom half of it, you really can't see much in the way of detail, so I ended up not using that. However, because it is so high-res, we can look at the wall behind the TV and see it clearer now, and understand that that wall doesn't really make much sense, does it? What is that wall? It looks like it's made of small tiles, and some of the tiles are sticking out of the wall. It really doesn't look like the wall in Harmon's room, so I don't know what that is. Well, either way, that is a high-res look at the TV that we keep seeing throughout this game. And to round out the book, to close it out, we have an interview with Suda51, which begins on pages 90 and 91. I mean, he really should have organized that better to somehow start on 51 instead, but hey, this is where it starts. I guess we're seeing Suda at home right there. And, you know, it would be interesting to know what's being said here. What is he talking about? But I don't know. Maybe someone out there knows. And that's it. That's how we round out Hand in Killer 7. We get some credits right here. And now we get the back cover. Again, very simple. White and orange. And then we get the back of the dust cover, telling us once again, hey, kill the past, jump over the age. Just do it already. Come on, just do it. Why aren't you doing it? And if you're wondering where I got this book, I got this, I think, 5 years ago, and I bought it directly from Grasshopper Manufacturer's website. They used to have a small web store on their website. And one of the things they sold was Hand in Killer 7. So I just bought it online from them directly, and that's how I got this. I looked on their website now, and I don't see that store on there anymore. Maybe it's gone. I don't know. I looked all over that website. I did not see a web store on there anymore. So maybe they don't have the web store anymore. Maybe they don't sell Hand in Killer 7 anymore. Maybe that's just gone entirely. I don't know. If it is, well, I'm glad that I bought the book when I had the opportunity. I mean, I guess if you want to buy the book yourself, you can look on eBay, of course, for resellers. But, you know, it was neat to buy a new copy, a brand new copy of the book from the company directly, right? And get it shipped to me from Japan. That's neat. But yeah, that's it for the untranslated miscellaneous pages of Hand in Killer 7. We've seen pretty much every single page now that there is in this book, except one, and it is a very important page. You know, we've gone through this entire book. We've gone through page after page after page of material. But what you probably want to really know is what the timeline of Killer 7 is. And strangely, even though that seems like such an important topic, there is only one page in the entire book that lists the timeline. So, next time, that is what we're looking at. We are going to look at this one single page from this book, the last page that we have not seen yet, and we are going to start going over the timeline of Hand in Killer 7. Where did the story begin? Where does it end? We're going to take a look at it next time, and we're going to see how that turns out. I'll see you then for that. that says grasshopper manufacturer. They misspelled their own name.